His is a sport where the margin of error is less than a millimeter. So he speaks just like he shoots, with precision and on target. On a rainy morning in Chandigarh, I had the rare privilege to chat with the reticent Abhinav Bindra, a man of few words, but each of them is pure gold. You look so serious that
they may get scared.
Scared to approach you.
So there are advantages of
of this icy exterior.
Actually, quite a funny person if you know me. Sometimes. There's a lot of drama in my Olympic career. In 2008, my sight went out of sync prior to the final. Either I bumped my rifle, or it was sabotage at some point. And I had only 5 minutes to fix it, but I was able to fix it. Perhaps that was the reason why I won.
Yeah.
Because I had an adrenaline shock prior.
Yeah.
And by the time the competition started, I was calm already.
This here is the pinnacle of your celebration, this expression. The half smile.
Winning is exhausting, extremely exhausting. And for me, I had to get to the absolute minus part of my Duracell battery. So by the time the competition got over, I was done, I was finished. I needed a year to recover.
How many functions did you attend after you came back?
Yeah, I did a lot. I did quite a lot. I said no to a lot as well, but I ended up doing quite a few of them.
And you also feel slightly guilty about saying no to a few...
No, I'm good at saying no.
Yeah?
I'm good at saying no.
It's your superpower.
No, it's my first thing if somebody asks me is no. If you say yes, then it's hard to say no if you don't feel like doing it. But if you say no first, then you can think about it and then you can change your mind. I say no first and then it's easier to change, you know. It's
That's
easier.
true.
See, I gave you a good tip.
I'm going to use that. You were flag bearer in 2010, right?
At the Commonwealth Games.
At the Commonwealth.
Yes.
You were the flag bearer.
Yes. Yeah.
That must have been that's a good moment.
It was nice because we were at home and it
Yeah.
was a good feeling. I was flag bearer also at Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like opening ceremonies. As athletes, it's very tough because I think in Rio we had to get ready at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time we came back, it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And you're on your feet most of the time. I mean, it's best to watch it on TV.
Yeah, it's much nicer, no?
Oh, much nicer, much nicer.
Which was the first one? Do you remember the first one?
The first one was a district competition, I think. That was the only desire I had, to win a gold medal at a district competition. That was the true desire. The rest was greed.
How old were you then? 16?
No,
15?
13.
And do you remember the elation after winning it? I'm sure.
Yeah, it was more than what I had when I won the gold medal at the Olympics, for sure.
Your gold medal was this, I remember. There was very limited movement. Where's the
gold medal is on there.
Okay, here's a question for you, because when's the last time you looked at this?
A few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't ever come here. I walk past it.
There you go. That's all I wanted to. That's all I wanted to clarify. What is this picture over there hidden?
Oh, after 2008, I was invited to fly on a F-16.
Wow.
At the air show. It was a good experience. 1 hour on the plane. It's tough.
Man.
Thrilling. It's really tiny.
It's not business class.
Very tiny. It's not even economy.
It's a cargo hold.
Yeah.
Is this one dog or can I hear a few of them?
I have a couple of dogs.
What are their names?
Techno.
Nice.
And Chotu.
But is that like an ode to your favorite type of music?
No.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
I don't like music.
At all?
I don't like noise.
What about soft music?
I like silence.
See, you said that and I started talking softly. It's like I got really worried.
Movies, I watch a few movies here and there.
So what kind? Who are the people you like?
No, I can't. It's hard to name. No particular.
Okay, what's the last film you saw?
I watched Anil Kapoor's film.
Mubarak.
It was okay. I got confused in it. It was a very confusing film. You watched it? It had so many. Got so confused.
Tracks running at the same time, right?
Yeah,
so trying to shoot at 4 targets at the same time.
I got confused.
Like a cowboy.
I said, who's this? After a while, I said, who's that? I really lost track. But a lot of people liked it.
As in, who made the plan?
No, we watch film every couple of weeks as a family.
It's a family thing. That's nice.
Oh, it's okay.
If the film is good. Do you remember when you first got interested in shooting?
Yeah, so I was a 13-year-old boy who hated sport when I started.
Yeah.
I was a champion at missing physical education class. So I went to boarding school initially and I didn't quite like it, and then I moved here to the city, and when we moved here, I was introduced to a shooting coach and I went to shoot, and I liked it a lot because to be successful you had to stand still. So I didn't have to move, so this was perfect for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I liked it.
Yeah. But when you go forward in the sport, you realize that standing still is actually harder than moving.
Yeah, because the body is not built to stand still.
Yeah.
The body is built to move. And I did a lot of fitness after that, ironically.
Yeah. Like F1 drivers, shooters, chess players, golfers. When people perceive that, hey, no, it's not like football, it's not running, but you guys have to do, like, what would your fitness regimen be?
Oh, I did a lot of work. I ran 10 kilometers 5 times a week. I did a lot of strength for core stability. My sport is very asymmetrical, so I had to always do a lot of work to keep my body in some kind of balance. Towards the end of my career, I spent more time in the gym than actually shooting.
Do you have to do a lot of sort of meditative training and just stuff like that?
No, I think
as well?
the process of shooting itself is very meditative, but I did not do much of meditation or anything. End of the day, it all boils down to finding the drive, finding the courage at that moment.
Courage is such a good word that you use.
No, because I'm not a competitive person.
Yeah.
I'm a chicken. I feel scared, I feel nervous, and that's why.
Are you serious? Do you get?
Yeah, that's why I need courage. Courage for me was very important because it was not something which came naturally to me.
I've always found it so fascinating because I've heard you say this, that you're not a competitive person, and I always thought, I said, no man, this is just a line that he's saying.
Isn't it just stupid?
It's a character that he's playing. But
No, I think it's
But
stupid.
now that when I meet with you, I realize that
you line everybody up and you.
like chickens.
It's the pursuit's different. In a way, it's also stupid.
Yeah.
I think so. A part of me thinks that way.
When you were younger, were you different? Like when you were in your early 20s, were you reacting to defeat a little differently? Because late teens, early 20s,
of course,
people
I
are
felt
more.
very bad. The 2004 Olympic Games, I was in a very bad state.
You were 7th then, right?
I was 7th. I went into the final in 3rd place after breaking an Olympic record, and I finished 7th. And they realized that my firing point on the final range had a loose tile. So that was something which was a big setback for me, because I thought I'd done a lot of good things to prepare for this event, and then something happened which was not in my control but had a great impact on the results. I was angry, but it taught me another thing. It taught me to detach from outcomes.
Yeah.
That detachment was a crucial reason why I won in 2008, because that detachment was born out of my 2004 experience.
Have you always been it's process for you, right?
Yeah, the results is just an outcome. It's so boring.
Yeah.
You want to win and things like that, but after a while, it's the process what's the interesting part.
Yeah. But even when you were celebrating, I've noticed even when you won the gold medal, it was...
There was the difference is so little.
Yeah.
The difference is so little between getting things right and finishing 10th or 12th at the Olympics.
Did you ever, in all the time that you were shooting competitively, did you just think that you were going crazy?
No, there were times which were hard, but and there were times when you felt bad and you felt hopeless. There were a lot of times, most times.
Yeah.
Acceptance is a good learning.
Was there anybody you used to talk to? Because we all need somebody who can...
Well, of course, there were times in my career where I was going through I had a bad training session, and normally every coach would say that you should take a day off, you should maybe get away from it and then come back.
Yeah.
But for me, it was always not going to be possible because if I went out, if I tried to relax and just stay away, it would just make it worse for me because I would just be thinking about shooting.
Yeah.
So I would just go back and shoot more. Naturally, I am also, as I said, not competitive, and I'm normally a more realistic type of an individual, leaning towards negativity. No, that's the way I am.
Yeah.
So that's not a good combination for sport.
Yeah.
If I look at a situation, I look at the worst possible. The first thing that comes to my mind is what can go wrong. But then that meant that I had to surround myself with extremely positive people. So my coaches, my support team, my parents, my family has been very, very positive.
Yeah.
All this positive thinking and all doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for you, but it works. There's people around you.
All this positive thinking and all, I mean, it's a way of brainwashing your own mind.
But when you were you different?
I did well when I was negative, so
Yeah.
I just can't.
So it worked out.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not bad. It's quite okay.
A lot of us outside feel that you retired too early, that you could have gone on further. So obviously, the only person who can make that decision is you. Did that ever cross your mind?
No, because I recognized my fading talent, and I wasn't very talented in too many aspects. So my only talent was to work hard, and I did it for 22 years of my life, and I think that's a fair amount of time. And I don't think I retired early at all. I think I retired at the right time. An athlete is extremely scared of regret. I think that is something which would haunt an athlete post a competition or post a career. Or if I had said that I didn't really work hard and I could have done things better and I could have done this and I could have done that leading up to the games. But that wasn't the case. I really did everything I could and I had no regret. There was an absence of regret, which was a good closure.
There's a lot of kids. I know a lot of kids who taking up sport these days, and you can see on the sidelines like 5 and 6 year olds playing, and their parents are getting hyper competitive.
No, I think that's stupid. The parents have to let go. And the parents really need to, of course, support the kids, but they have to allow the kids to find their own path.
Yeah.
I think one of the great things that happened to me was my family was extremely supportive, but they never ever interfered in what I did.
Yeah.
And many times I made wrong decisions, but that's part of the process. You have to learn from you have to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because in sport, when the heat is on and when you're performing, you're going to be alone. And nobody's going to be able to help you. And that you need to learn from a very, very young age.
We need more support for sport in India. If we're going to win medals in 14 years, in 18 years, it's got to start now, because the kids who are going to win medals are right now 4, 5, 6, 7 years old.
Well, I think it's a decision which needs to be made as a country. Say, okay, in 2028 we want to win 30 medals, and then go after it. Try and set systems in place right from the grassroots level up to the elite level to try and achieve that. It's not easy. It's easy to talk about it, but I certainly appreciate the fact that it is another thing to get things done. It's another thing to implement things. The government is spending money on Olympic sport. It's the only institution which supports Olympic sport. So you can't really point fingers at them because they're the only ones doing it. I mean, if you look at Olympic sport in the US, the government doesn't even spend $1 on it. It's all corporate funding which is going to Olympic sport. For me, I was fortunate to have resources available to me and the opportunity to be able to do what I did for 20 odd years. But I also had the opportunity to do many other things. That for me was a big disadvantage. If I didn't do well, I had an option B.
Yeah.
And in sport, that doesn't work. You can't have an option B. You can't have an outlet. You have to face circumstances and you have to face them head on and you have to fight your way through it. Because that's the essence of sport.
Yeah.
So it's very tough on me personally because I care.
Yeah.
I'm kind of passionate about it.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of potential in this country to, we can do well.
Should we walk on? Abhinav is showing me to the doors to ensure that I don't come back. बच्चा, अगर आप इस वीडियो को अगले 10 सेकंड में 4 लोगों के साथ शेयर करेंगे तो अगले आधे घंटे में आपकी लाइफ में कुछ बहुत अच्छा होगा। तथास्तु। यहाँ पे सब्सक्राइब करें और यहाँ पे पुराने एपिसोड देखें। जुग जुग जियो।